Is this it?
This is where we're at.
This is it. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
You just do anything?
What do we
Sir?
do now that Barry's over?
What do we do?
Do we talk
We
about
live.
it?
We live.
We live.
We
We
live.
live.
The whole show.
Like
all of it. All of it.
This needs a back. Hold on.
For anyone who catches this after the fact, if you don't already know, we're going to spoil the shit out of a show called Barry on HBO.
There's a YouTuber, Comodan Cam, who pointed this out. It's, again, me and Andrew had talked in the car on a drive somewhere that, certainly an amount of the show is intentional in terms of theming.
Yeah.
Sometimes it seems like Bill Hader's just like, I don't know, we just wanted to do it, and then we did it, and then we read too much into it. But there's a very interesting bit here that I think is worth talking about. As like, if not intentional, but so freaking cool how close it lines up. It's not perfect, but it lines up pretty well.
In general.
Yeah. May you send me this link?
Yes, I will.
So I can have it on my end.
Yeah.
As I'm still trying to look for a fucking end.
So, like,
Calm you, Barry. I'm trying to give you the view from 10,000 feet before we dive in and break it down scene by scene. So, scene one, loss.
it's done. Scene 1, loss. And then that season ends with Janice's murder.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Again, from this point on, we did it. Spoilers.
There.
Don't care.
Spoiler on this page too.
Go watch it.
Yeah.
Go
watch it.
Like,
it's also incredibly short.
it's super short. Just go watch it.
4 seasons, half-hour episodes.
That's
8
all.
episodes long.
That's it. That's all. It's super good. And if you condense this into a video later, this is the same thing. Just watch the first two minutes of it.
Yeah.
Watch it and then just come back and hear us talk about it.
Yeah.
That's it. All right,
But loss.
Scene two,
Scene 2.
you shit in a pie.
You shit in the pie. No, sorry, revenge. Hey, Ike, you shitbird. You want some pie? And
I
it's
think it's about vengeance.
last episode. Barry goes for vengeance
Goes for revenge.
towards Fuchs, and
All for revenge.
absolutely massacres
Yes.
this church
Yes.
of criminals. But
Dirty Dan's.
so one thing, halfway point here. One thing that I think is interesting is that I like that intentionally. And this was pointed out by my friend Ruben, friend of the show.
Hey.
Today, he was like, I thought it was interesting that this season ended with him going just killing everybody, and then the last season ends with him going to go do the same thing, but we're intentionally not given that. And in fact, Fuchs saves his own skin
Yes.
by giving Barry his son back. Probably mostly the reason why he did that.
Right.
Is so that he doesn't get killed by Barry and he gets Barry off of his back forever. He realizes that he probably won't be able to kill Barry. And he probably is better off just pretending he saved his son.
Yeah. And he did something. Yeah, that he did something
Nice,
instead of
which I think in some part of his heart he did want to do.
Yeah.
but I think also he just did it to save his own ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He still did it too.
Yeah.
To fucking save his own skin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for sure.
And also him disappearing into the dark, like a lot of the characters in this show, they have disappeared into darkness at certain points.
Which still just shows like that. This just shows like where the character is at now.
Yes.
Or like, yeah, like the two biggest examples is like Sally moving into the darkness last season.
Yes.
In that one shot in her apartment.
And Barry in this episode
emerging from the darkness.
No, he goes into emerging from darkness, but he
in this one too.
The darkness at the end of this one. And you're just like, oh my god. As like visual symbolism.
Beautiful. Delicious.
Beautiful. The fuck out of
And then scene three.
Whoopsie. He eats the shit pie. His comeuppance. His fuck around and find out moment.
As you can clearly see, the gap is getting closer and closer.
Soon, the time from fuck around to find out will be instantaneous.
Will be imminent.
So. Also, I'm just realizing this now. I didn't realize that the computer that runs the closed captioning is just bleeping out words.
Yeah.
It's wow. That's creepy. How good that is.
Yeah, it does that. Nope,
Yeah.
That's where we're at now.
He who seeks revenge digs two graves, Barry.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time.
And then this last one
You have one line.
is so good.
Yeah. And I think
So he goes.
and then there's scene four.
Scene
about
4
the girl who's
about the
drowning.
little girl who's drowning, but you don't save her because you taught her how to swim. And then she honestly, I mean, she kind of gets saved by Fuchs, but not really.
Yes.
She's just kind of there.
Just there.
But like she, I guess, can protect herself. That's where it kind of loses its like. It's not quite 1-to-1 because it's not like he, I guess, kind of taught her some things while they were together of how to protect herself.
Yeah.
But more like
I mean, I would say like it certainly did, just because like it like given what she had like experienced already and given everything like up to this point, like she's still just like, even though it has led to murder, which is not supposed
multiple
murders.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ooh, murder. Ooh.
And I love this. I think you only have one line, which is
No fucking way.
no fucking way. And
No
then
fucking way.
I wish, now that I'm like watching this back, I'm like, that would be too fucking good if that's what he said. But I like that it's still similar, and when he goes, oh wow.
Oh wow. It still has that like shock to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
It still has that moment of just like,
Wow.
oh. Yeah. I still love the the edit that I sent you that I sent you to look at. That so
did you send it to me on order text? Text.
I sent it to you as a text, but I'll send you another one that I found. That I like the edit more just because of how they use the music, where like they do the buildup of it and all that, and then but this one is the immediate cut, like how they do with some of the intros, where it's just like bam, shot, and cut to music, and I was like, oh, that's so good though.
Wait, is what you're sending another one?
Oh yeah, hold on, I'm gonna send you. Okay. It's almost the same thing, but I just like the editing of it. More, like how they use the music in it more. Hold on.
Also, I love that. I I type in Barry death with music, and still the first thing, Barry White's tragic real life story. Oh, Barry.
This is what we're watching now. We're gonna learn about Barry White's life.
Yeah,
Hold on, I need the.
Also, there's a to go to something else really quick. Something else that I was thinking about that Ruben pointed out as well is that the like initial idea of the show basically it was basically like dropped. Like it wasn't really a factor after like season 2, right? Like season 2 still had some of the acting stuff.
Yes.
Trying to balance that life.
Yes.
But like after that, it's just not.
After that, it don't matter.
It doesn't matter, and it never mattered after that. But Ruben also was talking about how it still plays into like people's perceptions of like characters, or sorry, that is a weird way to start how I was thinking about that. It's like the show still is about television and movies and perception of like actors and people.
Yeah.
So much so that like his son sees his dad or a version of his dad in film and thinks that he's a good dude. There's a lot of people who watch this show who want to see this character be redeemed, but it's clear that that Bill and Alec Berg don't think that's the case.
Right.
Like, but they know that people are going to want to redeem him anyway, which is an interesting way of reading the ending with his son, where his son was told by his mother to his face that she's a murderer, her dad's a murderer, and not like, heroically, like just a straight up murderer. And yet he wants to believe that his dad was a good person. Because sure, some of the reporting and everything is that Cousineau set up Barry, which is like a total lie and fabrication. But I'd say that there's probably a good. This is just conjecture, but there's probably a good chance that if this was like fully real life, he could probably figure out that no, like it wasn't Cousineau, it was Barry, and it was like there was other people working together,
Yeah.
No, that was it. In that, that was my point. That was it.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I think with the ending and how it ends is that I really do like the point of people cannot. People are just these awful people in their own ways are just they don't change.
Yeah.
I love the moment in our realization and wanting the what do we do now that Barry is over? That is the question.
It's true.
That is the question.
Yes.
That's the deal. That's the thing that I love. That I love the realization that we came up with our own little headcanon of just how come we didn't get the theme for the rest of season 3
at the last 2 episodes of season 3. You put it out, and then all of this season, we just didn't get it. And also we didn't get it. I went back to check. I think one episode we didn't get it in one episode. I think in season 2, and I think it was What episode?
It was. So Ronnie Lilly didn't have the intro, obviously.
Oh, yeah, that's
its own thing.
That was like a concept episode.
Yeah,
that's
its own thing.
But like that's me kind of going like, I just like that song. So
I think at the end of at the beginning of episode 8, I think it's the last episode of season 2.
Yeah,
where it doesn't have the theme either, and if you know the song, it's Changed for the World, by Charles Bradley. That
banger of a track.
It's a really great song. That song itself, I have the album behind me too.
Yeah.
I got into his music because of that.
Yeah.
So like he's a really dope.
Great horns.
He's a really cool artist. Yeah.
And
a
great voice.
I just love the realization that you, me, and Luca had that night of just like, okay, wait, like how come we didn't get it? My whole
only thing
prediction was like, the only thing I don't care how the show ended, is like I just want the theme at the end.
You
like
wanted
I just
it to
wanted
end like
to have the end cap.
Can I play it?
Yes, go ahead, please.
You wanted it to end like this.
Like this. Something like this.
This is an opportunity
He looks so tired and
to do the
sad.
right thing.
God, he's such a good actor.
Watching it on delay with you. So.
And you haven't seen little boy here? I haven't.
Oh God, look at his. God, just the micro facial expressions. God dang it. Ugh.
I see. You should call the cops. The cops? I'm gonna turn myself. Oh, wow.
That's the cut. Like that's how I would have.
Honestly, yes, because the drum leading in is cool.
It gives it away.
It gives it away. And
it gives it away. I saw this I was like, oh, this one's way better though. I like this one better.
oh my God.
You know?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so like what we said before, and like if it is like an intentional, it's like the show got really serious with its, I believe, with like its themes and all that, like right at the end of season 3 and the big fall of season 4, where season 3 was Barry trying to be a good person. Season 4 is him dealing with essentially the fallout of that.
Yeah.
This is dealing with the fallout of him trying to be a good person in his own fucked up way. But I just love how the song either by deliberate choice, or they were just like, no, it just doesn't fit.
I think it just doesn't fit because
it doesn't fit anymore.
The idea of how do I put this? The idea of the show started with change, right? He wanted to change. And if you're gonna have that be the theme, right? I don't think it makes sense to use that song.
Yeah. That's the realization we had, where it's like he can't, we don't get this theme because he didn't change. Like none of the characters really changed at the end. Like time can pass and I think it's a showing of us in general, where like we can spend so much time away from things, or we fall back onto old habits sometimes.
They die hard.
They really do.
Why can't I find that picture? You texted it to me, but I want to.
Here, I'll send it on Discord. Hold on.
Yeah. God, this shot. We had been talking about shots in this episode, and like, I love the cinematography of this show as it went along, and that's something when I rewatch it, I'm going to be looking at, because I was noticing it from the beginning that definitely, like, cinematography wise, it was feeling standard, not too like not it didn't feel like it had its own like idea. But as we went on, like, it has this interesting, like, the comedy mixed with the cinematography at some points had me feeling a bit like Coen Brothers. Because there's a lot of shots with in the comedy scenes where characters are, you know, just back and forth. It's a lot of back and forth scenes, but they'll sometimes put the camera between them, which I forget which person, if it was Nerdwriter or if it was Every Frame a Painting, one of those YouTubers.
Every Frame a Painting.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Yeah. So
I'll go back to that every now and then.
One of them pointed out the way Coen Brothers shoot dialogue, like the fact that you put the camera between them adds a level of awkwardness, and like that adds to the comedy. Especially when characters are saying some like really weird, like not insane dialogue, but just like off kilter, like you're kind of put off balance a little bit with their dialogue, and that is this show to a T. There's just a lot of scenes where characters are like the scene between Fuchs and his gang and the girls that Fuchs picked up is like the camera is set like in between them as the guys are talking about how
Fast and Furious.
About how they need to like cover their ears or take them out of the place when they're doing murder, and they're going like, well, you should like give them headphones and they can watch Fast and Furious and they won't hear anything. And
why would they need headphones? It's like the movie's going to be loud enough to begin with.
So loud, they don't need headphones.
It's so loud.
And
what are you talking about?
The two women are just like, because they have just witnessed 4 murders. And like it's so good. It has, you know, aspects of that cinematography and blocking, and then also in a lot of the like there's a lot of oneers, and some of those oneers are like just oh god, shot so well. Still probably my favorite shot is from season, I'm gonna find it on YouTube, it's from season 3. It's the finale. No, is it the finale when Hank's walking down the hallway?
Oh, when he's walking down the hallway?
Remember when?
Oh, yes. That's that. Yeah, that's the finale.
Season 3, Barry.
That's the finale.
Yeah, NoHo, Hank. So, yeah. I think this might have the whole thing. But like, so he breaks free. Oh no, this is just him breaking free. Him rescuing Cristobal. So like this shot, holy crap. Watching this shot, knowing that, for context, knowing that he was just chained to radiator, hearing some kind of monster noise, like probably like a jaguar or some or was it a
tiger? No, it was a tiger.
Okay, no, yeah,
it was a tiger. Yeah, it was a tiger next in the next room. Yeah,
like murdering people. It murdered all of the other Chechen characters that we knew, except for he got away. What's his name? Batir.
Batir. Yeah.
Batir got away. So he just heard all of his friends get murdered, and then he was able to grab a gun and shoot through the wall and kill this thing. He's freaking out because he thought it was gonna kill him too. He broke. So he's like. So we know that a shit ton of stuff is just happened, and now we get this shot. Where we have this
the silhouette of a man.
Silhouette
of somebody.
We get this music that we can't quite hear. That's it doesn't feel like it fits the scene, and the fucking lights are dimming back and forth, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And he's out of focus, and it looks like a horror movie. And you're like, this is. And he's also realizing, this is the first time he's realizing that his lover, Cristobal, this man, has a wife and kids.
And two kids. Insane. Absolutely insane.
And he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, Anthony Carrigan, Oscar, anything. And then you're like, wait.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, you're like, okay, wait. She's torturing him and making a man dance sexually.
What's super messed up? Just scrub a little bit more, sir. Just scrub a little bit. Just get to the part where we need to get to, because I'll bet you.
Which part?
No, just keep going. Just get to the end of it.
The end of it?
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna message you right now. And it's super funny because hold on, no, actually. Sir.
What part do I need to get to?
No. Just right there. Just leave right there. Just right there.
Okay.
Just right there. Right there.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, perfect. Go to a couple seconds before she dies. There you go.
Okay. So right here.
Let me see. Yeah, right there. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Play it. I'll get to my bit. Watch. Play it. I delay.
Yeah.
And it's Pride Month. Congratulations. Love is love. I'm glad that these two got together in this episode. I did not want the image.
Yeah.
Do that. Let's go to the part where she dies.
Yeah.
Let's do that instead.
But yeah, so okay. Back to the cinematography
yes.
thing. Just it can have some of these given how it presents itself with this guy wanting to be an actor. Also, it's about he's a hitman, and it necessitates a dark humor kind of thing. We get in the first episode, NoHo Hank showing him the target having sex with who's it, Batir or not Batir?
Yeah, no, it's Goran's wife.
Yeah, Goran's wife. Yeah,
and one of the actors.
Yeah, and he's just like, what? I thought he would need to see the whole thing. He gets it.
He's like, I thought he needed the whole picture. It's like, he gets it. What are you doing?
Yeah, just weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Where that's the kind of thing we're dealing with. So you have that.
Why am I seeing this again?
So it's you can get into these really unique scenarios where shots like this can be so effective because like it's an entirely dramatic and serious moment, but because of the ridiculous stuff happening over there, you're like, what? Is this going to be a joke? Is this going to be horror? Serious?
Yeah.
What is happening here?
It's just toying
with your emotions the whole fucking show.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like, I guess, whiplash moments that I had either watching it before and even watching it now, like getting up to the finale where when we would watch it, when we would come over, I would just have like, I mean, we would all there have reactions to shit that's going on, but it's just like some of the shit was kind of like unbelievable because like
is this the same show? It always has this feeling of, wow, this is the same show that's been doing all of this.
Yeah, it's been consistent with it, and like those, like I said, like those whiplash moments of like, I go back to the moment where Barry's going to go kill. He has full intent.
That's I'm gonna see. They probably won't let me, but I'm gonna see if I can go on to this.
Go on,
and play it. Because I know what scene you're talking about.
He has full intention on killing Sally's ex. No, well, like, damn.
No.
Walks, like, is at the door.
Yeah.
And they're both just turned away from the door when she opens it.
Yeah.
And then he has the gun pointed at her.
Yeah, it's like, Sally accidentally.
And he walks back, and the cut is like, all right, leave, I know you always do. She leaves, and then just cut with him there. Shot at him, is like,
yeah. Holy shit.
Like, oh my god. Yeah, that was just it's a bit of that whiplash where like you think it's gonna go one way, but you know, it's I do love the way that they have a bunch of pieces in place. Yeah. That you don't realize sometimes. Yeah. Like they have a bunch of people like in certain locations, or people like having to be there. What are they going to do to toy with it, or what are they going to do with it, you know? Yeah. It's that part. It's in the finale too, and even before the finale, where we're thinking of like, well, Barry's gonna go get his son. Okay, well, how are Fuchs and Hank gonna like deal with each other? Yeah. And then again, like, well, I'm sure all of us thinking up until that point where it's just like, oh, like Barry's gonna go murder again. Yeah. No.
Because because of what we knew of the show before, where he did that in season 2. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like both finales of 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 mirror each other, because like in 1 Moss confronts Barry. She knows what he did, and Barry ends up coming up on top. Yeah. And you expect in season 3 for that to happen, because you're like, oh, Barry needs to keep like going on, like we need to have him like outside, like that's how the show continues. But no, her dad Moss, yeah, is smarter.
Moss baby.
Oh no, he killed Moss Baby.
Oh no, Moss Baby. Back in business.
But he's better than Barry and catches him, right? Yeah. And each time it had to deal with Kusno, but like, so like, it takes your expectation, flips it. In season 2, he goes on the rampage to get Fuchs, right? And Hank, I guess. Well, but mostly Fuchs. Actually, only Fuchs. In this one, it's you think he's gonna go do this thing. He even buys out the guns, which is what I thought you were referring to when you were like, the scene. Because it's like, that's also like a darkly funny scene in that he bought so many guns, is walking out with guns strapped to his body in so many places. He had one on his leg and like just everywhere. And then he's walking through a mall or
it's like a Walmart. It's just a Walmart
for people, and nobody's giving a fuck. Nobody looks at him, and then like he awkwardly gets into the car. He's just like, jeez, and then you're like, he's gonna go kill some people, and then no, he shows up. He can't. He doesn't get to kill anyone. He just leaves with the gun, and it's weird to be like, okay, they planned this from the beginning. I think they're just good at improv, and they know what they did before, and they're like, well, we kind of did this before. What if we just like, it's not comedy, but it's still taking what you expect and flipping it.
Yeah.
Just without any humor to it.
Yeah, without like anything to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fully agree. It's like it's some good shit.
It's amazing shit.
It's some good shit, you know?
And it's like like when I think of TV finales or just like ends of movies, I think of this when I was watching it, and then after thinking about it, I'm like, it's not as if it's like a wow, amazing kind of ending, right? Because there's not really a big... There's confrontations, but there's not like a big event. There's not a big... There's big moments, but like stuff isn't elongated, right? It is just characters making like decision. Like, that sounds kind of weird, but I hope you know what I mean. Like, if a finale has something, right? Usually it's bombastic and big, or it's really emotional. This one felt like subdued, and it didn't feel like it had to they didn't go over the top with anything.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like they had to top themselves anywhere.
It was like, to me, it felt like, and looking back at it now, my good little criticism about the last season is what we talked about already. Yeah. Where I just felt like we could have gotten at least 2 more seasons to really flesh a lot of stuff out. And have like we talked about, season 4 be the first 4 episodes of this season. Yeah. Season 5 be the last 4, where we properly go through the time jump and like explain a lot. Maybe explain a lot more, and maybe give more detail. And have things maybe more fleshed out. That's literally like all I have in terms of it. I feel like everything else, up until a point, like I remember like thinking like, I think after episode 7, I was like, okay, how the fuck does this? Like, where does it go from here?
Feeling this.
Yeah.
We go from here. I'm feeling
it. We go from here. Feeling it. Yeah. Like, I was like, I don't know where to go. Like, I couldn't. I got scared a little bit. I'm like, is this gonna end like shit? Fuck. I had that moment just like, fuck. Like, okay, but I think it's like, I'm happy that it's not a happy ending. That it's not a like everybody won in the end. I feel like the ending still shows that like people could have, or that characters are still in their places even after so much time, even after at least the ones that are living, or the ones that we saw like living. and people bite it because of themselves. And you know, and people do change. The one character that did change, I feel like 2 characters did change. 2 did.
Okay.
I feel like 2 characters did change at the end of it.
Okay.
Well, before I even get to that, I have it's like a great a great master of the mind, a poet, a philosopher once told me, and it stuck with me for this finale, and I'm like, wow, that's a really like, I gravitated towards this quote.
Yeah.
It feels like getting fucked in the ass with numbing cream. You get the pleasure, but not the pain. I'll let you take a guess as to who this great philosophizer told me this, and I'm glad that I have this written down in my notes. Aristotle.
Oh, Aristotle.
Aristotle.
Yes. Okay.
It was Aristotle. Right.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so like the 2 characters that I know who change are like, it's Fuchs at the end. We're coming to realize like what he was, and the conversation he has with Hank at the end is like after almost dying, like I kind of realized like what kind of person I was. Yeah. And it's still just him like trying to, when he's that conversation with Hank, it's like, dude, just come to realize that like I'm done. Like I don't, you know what? I don't fucking need Barry. Yeah. And it's that shot in the car. That shot in the car was just like, it's just like,
I wish I would find that on YouTube, but that's probably, anyway.
Having that realization, just like, actually, no, I don't need this shit. Like, I don't need to prove something else anymore. Yes. You know? Yes. So, I feel like it's Fuchs the one that's changed. And at the very end, I feel like, and although, like, we changed for the, like, change, but it was too late. I think it was, like, Kusuno and his fate at the end. Where he's just like, he essentially got what he wanted to do, was have Barry pay. Yeah. But he had already been too far gone in his decisions. Yeah. To say like, or to magically fix everything. It's too late. It's too late for that. And I think that was kind of my worry, that at the end they were just gonna like, oh, and everyone ended up okay and Barry died. Like legit, I was like, all right, everyone's dead, Barry died, and you know,
I mean,
everybody moves on. You know?
People who I thought were gonna die died. Yeah. Except Fuchs. He was the only one that I was like, please. And then they didn't, and I was like, fuck that, but that makes sense though. God damn.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
This whole show was like was built on character decisions mattering, and the best part about it is they don't let a need to get somewhere dictate where the show goes. They let the character decisions dictate where the show goes. Yeah. And I think that almost always leads to a better like story and outcome, because at the end of the day, you don't get to the end going like, well, that shit didn't make sense. Because I think about all the other shows, all the other movies that I enjoy, and that's a through line. But the criticisms I have of certain of stories is like, well, like, that didn't like make sense, you know? Like, I think I was thinking about like, well, that didn't make sense in this thing, and that didn't make sense in this thing. I can't think of like, unless it's like very minor, Like, I can't think of a decision in this show that wasn't, like, I don't want to say easily explained as a bad thing, but, like, easily explained as, like, oh, well, actually, that's how they would do that, given their history. Like, I thought at first, it's a little weird that Sally is, you know, not going to stay in the safety of her home, right? It feels a little contrived that they're putting, you know, they're having her go over there. But then I'm like, well, okay, wait. For one, she is in a situation that she feels powerless in, right? Yes. She heard about the guy hitting or like wanting to fuck her at work.
Yeah.
She is still haunted by the murder that she committed. And she wants power back in her life. So she puts that power, she uses that power on him where she tricks him into wanting to fuck her, and then she chokes him and scares him. And then we get the scene later where she's at home, she's drunk because of her depression, and then she gets, her home gets attacked. That could be read as both not literal but also literal, and it's like, well, where does she run at that point? She's like,
what's her familiarity, like, what is,
because it's shown in this season that she goes to, like, well, not even just in this season, like, she stayed with her abusive boyfriend until her friend helped her realize and then got her out of there, like, helped get her out of there. It wasn't her doing it. We know that she lied to herself and then lied to everyone else about how she got out of that relationship. Barry's shows how abusive and terrible he can be, which I'm glad they didn't show that in the marriage section of this. But, you know, she's going to go to him. She says she feels safe with him. And she knows he's going to LA. She knows that he's after Kusino. But she also doesn't want to clue Kusino in on the fact that Barry is going to die. Because she's also like, well, I don't really have any other option. Like, she's just choosing. She has so little options. And then when she tries to choose the cops, she gets haunted again by her choices because she fears that she's going to go to jail for what she did. Which is funny statistically. If you have a child, women, especially single women, but not her, because her husband would probably also be in jail, she would not, often they side on her and she wouldn't go to jail, but that's besides the point. But like, all the character decisions, like, using that as a microcosm, I'm like, no, okay, actually all that makes sense from a higher perspective of knowing how you want to, like, build a story structure, right? I look at this and go, well, of course they had to figure out a way for her to get to, like,
for her to go to LA.
But I feel
they
like
needed to give her a reason to go.
But again, they let the characters' decisions and their past decisions dictate where the story goes, to get it to a more natural place. And while that is, you know, like, okay, I get why they did this. It still works. It makes sense. And I kind of remembered a little bit about what I wanted to say, but it's like the 2 seasons aspect, right? Something that I thought about after listening to, what's the name of it's Prestige TV podcast?
Prestige TV, yeah.
Go listen to that. It's great.
It is. I've been trying to go back to listen to, like, episodes on
other shows,
like, the season. No, to the season. Yeah, this is great. Just to clue in on all that, just to know more.
But something that
write something down. No, continue. I'm listening.
Something that I thought about there, listening to it, was that, like, God, no, Chris, no. 2-season structure. Is that they are really good at, like, this show. I said how short it was, right?
Yes.
It's 4 seasons, half hour, 8 episodes. They're really good at getting to the point. They don't ever, like, unless it's those shots, like, or the oneers, or the like really detailed, like, long shots. They're very good at just getting to the point. They know what jokes they want to get to. They know what like dialogue they need to hit. And while at certain points, especially beginning of season, there's like an amount of expositional dialogue that you're like, okay, I get it. You just had to say this so that we know what's going on. They're good at not making us get bogged down with dialogue that's just there to, hey, well, this is where we're at, right?
Right.
But they're good at getting to the point. I think that this season, while it feels like 2 in 1, and it could have been 2 seasons. I think that they're really good at making the seasons, or this season, feel like, no, actually it didn't need to, because we're just getting to the points at which it needs to get to. It feels fast, yes, because there's a lot of things we need to get to, but they don't get there in a way that feels they don't get there in a way that feels
hokey.
Like
just like
or bad, hokey, cheesy. You know, there's a lot of other shows that would take, you know, a shortened season that they just need to get somewhere. I think I haven't watched it, but it seems like what people told me. The end of Game of Thrones feels like they need to get somewhere, and they're just like, I don't know, these characters are going to make these decisions, and we have to get somewhere.
Right. Yeah. I'll stand by it. Awful. I feel same criticism. Sometimes the same thing. When a show like this fair, you'd be like, it just needs some time.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, you know, like 2 or 3 more seasons to really flesh it out. Given with what we already know
of the characters,
of how the characters and the world that it built.
And then also, on that same token, real quick, they don't let the characters' decision, or the characters' past decisions and who they are, dictate where the story goes.
Yes, they don't. They need to hit
Daenerys.
Yes. So not a spoiler cast for that, but I know it's been out for a while already. But I think for another point in terms of storytelling, last thing I'll tell you, because then I want to take a little break. I want to go get some Night Queen.
Love it.
The last bit is it's an explanation on Uncharted 3, where there's an interview on Uncharted 3 where, if I'm sure you played it before, or anybody who's played it.
Love Uncharted.
Oh boy, I don't. I don't. It's the weakest one. It's the weakest one for me.
Really?
It is.
I think 1 is the weakest by far.
It's okay to rank them.
This is a
2
decision. Or this is
2, 4, 1, 3. Haven't played Lost Legacy yet, but I felt like 3, and someone explained it really well. During the development stage, was that they were wanting to get through. They had plans for set pieces first. They needed to hit
a Marvel movie.
This big battle's gonna happen. This fight's gonna happen. You're gonna do this, and then the characters were wrapped around that.
Yeah.
Which I get to a point, like, yes, you can have that where like things are going to happen these events are going to take place.
Right.
But I feel like what was stronger with the show than in what's stronger in those previous games was that, like you said, the characters are dictating where the story is going and how they treat it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it recently, so like I do want to go back to it, and I'm pulling this information from like other videos I've seen that like I do agree with, but the more I thought of it, I was like, yeah, actually that is kind of where I'm at. Like with that's the connection where I thought, where it's just like character-driven shit is way more better than this bombastic, like, set-piece driven shit.
Yeah,
you know? And
yes.
And then
Why
really
get, like, you can have
both. You can have
action set pieces.
Yeah. You can have, like,
as long as it serves the story. And I don't know, I feel like the thing that serves that makes things endure is that it's the stories where like things you can follow shit and it makes sense, but the like the hell is this weed?
I'm calling the police.
Footprint chocolate crunch. It's a pink. It's a cat paw. It's a cat paw. It's a pink cat paw chocolate that Ravi just threw on my throat.
That's adorable.
I'm gonna try this on stream.
Look at my stream.
Okay. Get your ice cream. I'm gonna see. It smells great. It says like no info on it. There's not even any nutritional information. How am I supposed to know what kind of calories are on here? There's no nutritional information.
You just ate someone's ass.
Like I'm getting corn.
All 10,000 taste buds.
And I'm getting like a little bit of strawberry.
That's 10. That's 10 right there.
That's like a 6.
Damn, that's fucking mid.
Yeah, it's kind of mid. That's all right.
Damn, son. I was gonna be mad.
I don't care if he made it with his own 2 fingers. All I care about is a good chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I don't know. Barry's okay.
All right. Someone asked me to recommend a show, but like, watch Game of Thrones.
You like Game of Thrones? Barry's okay.
Go watch One Tree Hill.
Go watch One Piece.
One Piece.
Go ahead. All 10,000 episodes or whatever the hell it's at.
All 1,000 chapters.
Barry is amazing.
Yeah.
And I can believe that it's over, but I'm sad and happy about it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not like they left anything open. It's not like they didn't leave anything open. They didn't make any kind of It's not like it's open for, a reunion season or some kind of like sequel series.
No. Not at all.
They put it so far in the future. Because if Barry was... When did it come out? 2016? Mm-hmm. No. 2016? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if we imagine that, it started at that time, right?
2018.
So if we imagine that it started in 2018, and then...
Wow, 2018. Oh, shit.
I know. If we imagine it started in 2018, and then it would be so far in the future by the end, because it's I imagine that from between the deaths to when it cuts to Sally and John at the end, if he was 8, let's say, it's been 8 years, what if he's like 16? He seems around 16, another 8 years. Mm-hmm. That's 16 years from, at the very least, 2018. If everything happened within a year,
that's 2036.
That's, they're in the 2040s at that point, I think. So I don't think like they limited their scope of what they like wanted to show. They didn't bother going like, okay, 8 years from, I don't know, 2023, where we're at now, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's
2029. Like, good lord. Like, what would be different? Fucking 8 years from now. Like, how would you?
So they're just like, we're not concerned with showing tech. It's not about that. But
it's important when you need to show time is skipped.
Yeah.
And in Hollywood, you show the actors like on the poster for the 4th action movie that she's in. So it's like that's the perfect way to do it.
And also, like, I realized listening to the podcast that the what was the name?
The other one?
It's
like Tom.
It's Magical Boy.
Yeah.
Shit. There's a bit, it's such a good bit. Like I need to find.
I think I remember which one. Yeah, it's the one where he's just like
find that episode.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I know what episode it is, but if you're faster, can you find that bit?
Life. And then by doing
because like is it Tricky Legacies? It's in 5, right?
It's in no.
Possibility of someone getting
6.
It's in 6? Oh, that's right.
Oh, so they didn't do that because they haven't. No, wait. Never mind.
What?
Nothing. Is it 5?
I think it's in 6. Or sorry, I think it's in 5. Yeah.
I know that there's an explanation for it. That there's like a.
Okay, hold on. Because there's a whole bit where we see Kusno in. Is it in the beginning of? Oh no! It's at the very end. It's at the very end. Here we go. I found it. So Larry Chowder, Magical Boy.
Larry Chowder and the Magical Boy. Yep.
Yeah. So the reason for that bit is that one of their one of the people in the crew, I forget which crew member exactly, said that their mom or someone related to them went to a video store to find Harry Potter and went, I want the Larry Chowder, the Magical Boy.
Yeah.
Which is
getting it so wrong.
Inside joke, but the fact that it's like, we're seeing it here going like, what the fuck is this? You and I were like, this has to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
Is this a thing? And it's not really a thing. It's just somebody that was on the crew.
It's just something that they thought was so fucking funny, and I fucking love it. It's just a really good show to watch. It's a really cool, like, someone asks you, Just want to ask you, hey, what's a good show to watch?
You do have to have a certain kind of humor for it, though.
Yeah, you want.
I found out.
You want some. You want some good shit? You want some dark comedy? This will hit it home for you in spades.
The dark comedy.
This is the dark comedy. Yeah.
This is like, for me, the kind of, like, I'm so sad because I really hope other creators, maybe me, but I hope other creators can like get to the levels of show, and I'm sure they will. I want it now because it's a lack of it makes me want it more, right? But Atlanta's gone.
Yeah, I should fucking watch that next pod. Yeah. Good lord.
Barry's gone. Yeah. So I'm just like, what? Like, where am I going to get this fix? Like, those were my two shows. That was like, like surrealism, like, well, Afro surrealism with Atlanta, and then just like kind of surrealist. Not really. No, it's just dark.
In a way.
In certain ways, but just like those were my pillars of show, and those are gone now, and I can't.
These titans of industry,
and they're gone, and I don't have anything left.
Yeah,
I have sure. Truly nothing left. Like we have no clue. I'm sure Letterkenny is gonna like continue in some capacity. I still need to watch Shoresy. That should be what I watch.
Same.
I need to watch Shoresy. But like that's like a comfort show, right? I
was about to say that. That's your comfort food. That's comfort food to go back to. It's just like, okay, it's good.
It's going to be basically the same. Like, that is episodic to a T. That is just, get these characters. We love how they interact. We know how they work, and we're just going to see what they do in all these scenarios, right? And they do it so well. But then the story-driven stuff, the stuff that really, like, catches me and pulls me in, I'm just like, those are gone, and I have nothing because like we have like a lot of the other shows that I tried throughout the years, like that have caught more of a zeitgeist. It's not me trying to be contrarian and like not like it because it's popular, but like Game of Thrones. I fully watched the whole first season, and then I was just like, okay. Mandalorian, watched the full first season. Tried to watch season 2. I was like, Stranger Things. I watched the first season, and then was like, oh, that was cool. And then it fully went through and finished. And I was just like, I'm sure I could go back again and maybe get into it and watch it. I don't. But
I'm the same way.
Nothing. I'm the same way.
I'm the same way sometimes. Where the shows, like people will tell me, like, dude, watch this. You're watching this. I'm like, no. Like, and it's not for lack of like, oh, I don't like it. It's just like, I think it might just tie into like, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of stuff to watch, and I'm sure that like people get enjoyment out of watching all the things that they do. Oh, did I break this? Fuck, I did. Okay. That's whoops. That like people get enjoyment out of the things that they watch, you know, and to that point with like both The Mandalorian and Stranger Things, I legit tried. I think with Stranger Things, I got up to literally the last episode of season 2.
Okay.
Dropped it, and I was like. Legit, if it was like if it's like 10 episodes, I got to 9. If I don't know how many it is, but like I got to 9.
Yeah.
Then I'll watch the finale, and like then I'll watch season 3 or 4. Completely missed it. And I was like, I'm like, all right, cool. Mandalorian season 3 right now. It's out. Oh shit, there's the Book of Boba Fett. Like I'm like, cool. Saw the first episode of Mandalorian. I was like, I enjoyed it. I'll get back to it when I get back to it. Yeah. Like I'll put it on maybe like if I'm doing something or if I'm like really thinking about it. But it's. I think it just has to more so do with just the amount of shit that This is the amount of shit that's out there right now.
Yeah.
Like it's it's a lot. That's all it is. It's just like it's a lot to do.
Yeah, because
not enough time to do it. You know.
Yeah, I was thinking about other shows too, like something that I feel like would like people assume it be in the wheelhouse is Ozark. Which
that's another one.
I watched the first season and I can't remember how far I got into the second season, but I started to feel like in the way that like an episodic show that's not concerned with its overarching plot will like fall into tropes and go through similar things over and over again. This like that show did the same thing where it's about how far characters will like how far they'll go to either keep themselves alive, keep themselves like in that case keep themselves financially afloat and alive. And it's like people digging themselves into a hole, like it just digging farther and farther down. And you're just like, how are you going to be able to get yourself out of this one? You keep thinking of more schemes, more ways to like pay off your debts or whatever. And I was enjoying it, but then I got to this point where I was like, this is actually just a slog. Like I genuinely, I understand what they're going for, but this feels like the kind of thing that you go through in a movie where you don't keep watching this happen because not enough is changing. Sure, they're getting into new schemes, but it's not any different or worse, and the stakes are not being raised in a meaningful way because they're killing off secondary characters. They're not killing off main characters. Especially because like the main not Jason Sudeikis,
Jason Bateman. No.
Yeah, no, it's Bateman. He has kids. They're not going to kill off the kids. Like that'd be pretty wild, especially for like Netflix. Sure, they had some interesting.
Just kill off the kids.
like I don't know the like. I think about that show, and I go, well, it like had some of the stuff, but I wasn't really. It didn't really click because of these other factors. Whereas we pointed out with Barry is willing to change for the world. Like the show, like the characters don't really change. They want to, but they don't. But it's willing to change the dynamic of the show so completely with each decision that you're like, but it still keeps going. Like, how does it still keep going? He had within like a season. Within a season, Barry killed Kusuno's girlfriend. And then Kusuno, or not within a season, but like a season and a little bit, and season and change. Kusuno is then like confronting him about it. Like that's the kind of thing that a lot of shows would keep for a long time. Like that like threat. They want to keep you like tied in. Like, oh, you want to know if he's ever gonna confront him about it.
Yeah. Best example for me back in the day was with this finale of the final seasons of Breaking Bad.
I need to go back and watch that fucking show. I've never seen it.
You've never seen Breaking Bad?
That might scratch my itch.
Okay, so that will. I feel like there's a couple that will.
And maybe Better Call Saul, but
let me give you a list. Let me give you a list. Fucking Abel just went through all of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Like he just was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna binge it real quick.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. And he's got it all in as well. Throw back, dude. But
because I
there's a moment,
but I never kept going with it.
So I guess not to totally spoil it for you, but like
I know the ending. I don't know really what happens in the middle. Like I only know the beginning and ending.
So I feel like this is the point for me where like I started really liking when characters, like I felt compelled when characters are like confronting each other. There's a moment, I think, in that show, like where I remember going back in high school, and it was just like the people who were watching were just like, "Did you fucking see that?" Or like putting it on Twitter, it was just like, "He got high." So it's like it has that like one particular moment, and I was like, oh, having that same thought, it's like, oh, they're not like, this isn't going to happen at the end. This is happening now. Yeah. Starting now. Yeah. So like, it's happening right now, and it's like, oh shit, it's not like a fucking 4-season arc. It's like, oh, okay, they're finally going to do it. It's like, like it's like, oh shit, we're getting to it now. Like, this has been the thing.
Again, that writing of, we know what we need to get to. We're not going to fiddle faddle about trying to extend shit.
Bro, listen. Go through The Sopranos, okay? Just listen. If you want good TV, go down the same path I did. Do Sopranos. Do The Wire. Okay. The Wire I enjoyed a hell of a lot more. But The Sopranos is just awesome.
Also great.
HBO, yeah. Back in the day, like and it's not just like, oh, it's
fuck
too
you,
tough.
Max. Fuck you, Warner, whatever the heck.
No, it's not a thing of just like, oh yeah, too much great shows ever. It's like no, like I think I more so fell in love with The Wire because The Wire was really fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's just like,
also,
fuck.
the investigation that's only using the word fuck.
Yeah. It's like having those moments. Yeah. But we'll look at that right now. Hold on.
Something that I was reminded of right now is if it were 2 seasons. 4 and 5 instead of 4, we wouldn't have gotten 5, or we would have gotten a worse 5, or potentially not as good because of the writer's strike.
Yeah. You're right.
On when they would write it, and depending on what comes out of it, because I still haven't heard news. I assume it's still going, though.
I'm assuming right now. Like it is still going on.
But the people were like, oh, he knew. That's why it's like truncated and squished. And I'm just like, not possible. But also, I think it's luck. Honestly, I think we're just lucky that he decided, oh, we're gonna make this the last season.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's it. And I'm like, yes, thank God. 1, because I like it when things end, but 2, that he ended it now before like there was a chance. Like, he's just like, oh, he went, oh wow, when the writer's strike happened, and then he got shot in the head. Bill Hader. Writer's strike 2023.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Hollywood Reporter, a day ago, writers' shut it down strategy has been effective. Executives privately concede. Oh. Privately, eh? As the strike extends into its 2nd month. So, wait. What? Was it 2006, 2007, the first writer's strike?
The first one?
2007. It went from November 2007, November 5th to February 12th. So that was, holy shit, that was November, December, January, mid-February. That's like 3.5 months. And if they privately conceded, this is like much faster, because It says it's extends into its second month. Protesters are focusing efforts on stopping in-progress productions. We have to make sure that no writing is happening across the board. Okay, so it's still happening. It hasn't like. Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. I see. Yes. Okay. But still.
No. No.
I
can't wait till we get some shit television.
Yes.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, I am hopeful.
No.
Because I know what happened after the last writer's strike.
Oh.
The advent of or not the advent, but the explosion of reality TV.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Kind of dictated a lot of TV at that point.
Right.
And now it's streaming, which we already saw Netflix kind of going that way anyway. And there were still a lot of places trying to hit the prestige TV bandwagon with Rings of Power and because like, do we see them do more reality? Potentially. Is it going to be more dating shows? Is it just going to be the same shit again?
That's what has been all over Netflix that I see. Like,
well, I'm saying to other networks because we already saw that the fucking head of Warner Discovery or whatever the merger is, like, just be like, yeah, we're gonna cut all the shit from HBO Max, turn it into Max, and then just let whatever happen. Did you see he was booed? Was it him or was it somebody else? He was doing a speech at a graduation, and he got like "Pay your riders, pay your riders."
Oh,
I forget.
Hell yeah, I fucking love that.
I'm gonna look that up. I don't want to be wrong.
I also just love, just because I'm going through Max right now, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, there's a section right here. Meet your next obsession. Obviously, I'm putting How It's Made on my list because I love How It's Made. But like right here, it's a bunch of shit. Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Sorry.
Go ahead, continue.
It was David Zaslav, the head of Warner Discovery,
Wow.
who was getting booed, and it's so good. Anyway, continue.
Wow. Now I'm just going through shows, and a couple caught my eye, I guess. There's one called The House of Hammer, which is, I guess, is about Army Hammer.
Oh, no.
I don't know what this is.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, two over is a show called MILF Manor. And I don't...
Wait. Like, is this a reality?
It's a reality show.
I think I might know what this is. So, this is, I think... Can I tell you... Are you looking at the description right now?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay, because I was going to hit you with the description. It's basically, I think this is a show where you have a bunch of moms and then their sons, but the sons want to date.
It doesn't tell me that.
Okay. So it's moms and their own sons in a same like dating competition show, but obviously you're not going to date your mom. So you have one person crossed off, but you have all these other moms that you want to date. So they're just mama's boys to the extreme who want to date other moms. But you're in this feels so fucking weird. Because you're in... How are you not self-examining? How are you not? How are none of them... Did they just pick the least, like... conscious of your own shit people possible? Probably, right? They had to have, because I'm like, how the fuck do you not just go, I'm fucked up? You're looking around and you're seeing all the same
Oh my god! And now I'm looking at here because they merged, because Max is now this. It's like I think at some point I will cancel this because they have a lot of shit on here, and a couple channels that I already see. The TLC, HGTV, and the Food
Discovery.
Network.
Yeah,
it's Discovery, so it's like
a ton of reality.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm just gonna keep rewatching things and like live in a fantasy and just stay in the past. Oh boy,
bro. You know how we were too young to really notice or care about the first writer's strike, and then also the financial depression that we went through from 2008 housing bubble? You know how that's happening again?
Yeah, and now we're more...
The time keeps getting shorter and shorter. The window between fuck around and find out will soon be minuscule.
As you can clearly see, the gap is shortening.
By
the
millimeters.
gap is closing.
And I think that's where we're going to end that. So I just wanted to bring it back around.
I'll end it with this. I don't have another philosopher quote, but but I'll end it with this. Oppenheimer got a rated R. So
it what?
It got a hard R rating.
So is this his first R-rated movie?
I think so. I can't wait.
Why? I mean, we'll talk about it later.
We'll find out another day.
But
we'll find out when the movie comes out. But yeah, hard R.
Wow.
At the R rating on that bitch.
Wow.
Oppenheimer.
I'm actually surprised. Holy shit.
What rating does Barbie have? Hold on.
NC-17.
Fuck, it's a family comedy movie. Damn it.
Ken shows his full smooth crotch to screen. And they don't want us to see it.
They don't want us to see it. No.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
No.
Okay, Oppenheimer is a rated R. That is actually wild. I genuinely think... When does it come out? In July, right?
Uh-huh. July 23rd, I believe.
They wouldn't have...
No, July 21st, I think.
So they're fine with it. They wouldn't have let it be publicized unless it's like, hey, this is what it's going to be when we release it. Because you can, with the with that bullshit thing of the ratings, because it is bullshit. Like, they have people in there that aren't like... They're parents, but they're like kids are in college and shit. Like they're
stupid,
yeah. Anyway,
everything's stupid.
Everything's stupid. They wouldn't have put it out because they show it and then they go, hey, this is what we would give it, and they'd go, okay, well, we can change it, right? So they're fine with it.
They're fine with it.
Which kind of also is like, I mean, honestly, the people who are going to watch an Oppenheimer movie, I don't think are going to be like teens and kids anyway, so it's like they're not really losing out on a market.
No.
Anyway, I find that funny because it also shows the age at which, like, he was doing PG-13 like action movies that were like not necessarily kid friendly, but they certainly weren't.
They're blockbusters.
Yeah, they're still blockbusters.
Like blockbusters appear for everybody.
And then now he's getting into his. He's getting into his why can't I remember his name? Oh god, oh no.
What are you talking about, bud?
Spielberg. He's getting into his Spielberg era. I'm gonna make some biopics.
I'm gonna make some biopics, and I'm gonna have people die.
People are gonna say the F word many times.
Oh, fart.
Still love how they use the one fuck they got in Guardians.
I've seen that clip.
Yeah.
I love that
It's
clip.
such a good use of it, because like you expect it to be in a more poignant moment, like kind of like how they used it in The Martian, where he's just like sewing himself. He's like in the emergency med bay or whatever. I think is when he uses it. He's just like, oh fuck, like it's just in a moment where you're like, in that movie. Sense. Yeah, in that movie, you're like, oh yeah, you would curse that way. And I think it kind of pushed over it. And then I thought later, I was like, oh, wait, hold on, that's not where you do that normally. And then in this one, when it happened, I was like, wait, it also makes sense, but you don't do that in a Marvel movie. Have they ever said the F word?
I don't think they ever have.
They cut Captain America off from doing it.
Yeah.
Or
but they never have
they cut Sam Jackson off.
Yes.
Is that show? When's that show coming out? I know they delayed a bunch of projects because nobody liked any of the shit that they've been putting out.
I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Make me care when you tell me who's replacing Kang.
Yeah.
Make me care. Anyway, that's it. That is actually it.
Right.
This was rambling. I'll put this up on YouTube later because I think it's good and nice.
Yeah. Well, everybody, have a good night.
Have a good night.
We'll be here
and
another day, I guess. Do you want to do this again, buddy?
My little ocelots.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe with like a
game.
Maybe with a game, but maybe if we have another like big thing we want to talk about, because if it was last time, it was oh god, the world's ending because of natural disasters, and then this time it was because of Barry.
Yeah.
Where we just talk and there's no game. It's just chatting. It's just talking about.
I really love that one.
It was very fun because we were playing and then we were just like, oh no.
No, wait.
Now I want to learn about natural disasters.
I want to learn about volcanoes and earthquakes.
And hurricanes.
I have topics. I have the topic.
I'll
for next time.
Anything.
Nah, I have the topic. And then I want to get, all right. Just one day to sit down.
I don't mean to get political, but beans.
I told you we weren't going to talk about beans yet. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I told you.
Say?
I told. Fuck you. I just want one day to just come sit down.
Yeah. In
the same fucking bed and just be like, all right, so existentialism and beans.
Hell yeah.
What beans are you dreaming of tonight that tells you what kind of person you are tomorrow? Oh.
I'll tell you what, I'm only dreaming of Zelda because when I fell asleep last night, that was legitimately how I fell asleep, as I was just like, my brain was seeing images of the game. That's all I have in my brain right now, other than Barry. So, good night.
Good night, bye.